So it looks like we've got some pretty unfortunate news here. So it looks like the organization founded by Kyle Kulinski and Cenk Uygur, who are now gone from Justice Democrats because they were forced out, is now forming their own super PAC, which is really, really embarrassingly dumb. Now, we are all against super PACs. That's the biggest problem. Super PACs are entities that you can donate unlimited amounts of money to, and then they do the bidding of campaigns. They spend their money to basically run ads and stuff like that for campaigns. So there's a maximum donation of like 2.7 or 2.8K directly to a campaign, but to a super PAC, you can donate as much as you want. And then they spend a bunch of money. So you just have this big money orgy in politics. And so it's a massive problem. These are a direct result of the Citizens United ruling against the FEC in 2010. So keep that in mind as well. But this is a horrible move. It doesn't surprise me though, because Cenk Uygur was forced out because of some old blog post, and then Kyle Kalinske left because he was in a position of a conundrum where he was like, okay, either I stay and I'm spineless because I disagree with this move, but I have to stay, or I leave while still having a spine, basically. And so he left. He's like, I'm not going to deal with this. I also don't want to be viewed as complicit in what happens to Cenk. So there's no real progressive roots left there. It's sort of eroded. And so the people who are running and leading Justice Democrats currently are these sort of more SJW types. I don't even know who's even the leadership anymore at this point. So I'm assuming Kyle and them will probably have some. I'm assuming he's going to report on this. I don't know. But I've seen some responses currently I saw from Anna Kasparian. She says this is gross. Pretty much everyone's against this, and for the right reason. This kind of honestly reminds me of. It's interesting. It's kind of similar to the situation with what Democrats are doing right now with Joe Biden. So for a couple of years, they were like, believe women and all this stuff, Me Too. And now their candidate is Joe Biden, and we see what's going on there, right? So it's almost the same thing, but you're just making yourself a massive hypocrite. And this is a really big gut punch to progressives, because we don't even have our ducks in a row right now, and I've yet to see a positive story for the left in like 4+ weeks. But if we don't have our own ducks in a row, how can we manage to do anything, right? We don't seem to really have any institutions that are truly progressive or really effective in any way. And so if you set up a super PAC, you're going against all of your principles. Now, there's the slight nuance of something like, the Nurses United is a super PAC, but it's all like their own union-funded money, which is okay. It's still different from a super PAC, but still, no, like, don't turn into a super PAC. Don't open your own. So if you want to found a PAC, that's one thing, and I'm kind of okay with that. But when you set up a super PAC, which is basically the devil, that's a big problem. And so this is a really gut punch, because our own, left-wing progressive institutions are sort of eroding before our eyes. The erosion is happening before our eyes. And this is, it's just really sad stuff to see. But, I guess Jimmy Dore kind of called this one, eh? I guess he kind of called it.